People, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. Sorry that I am a bit late. I had a bit of work to do just before we go live. I've actually got a shoot after this as well. I'm heading out, so a bit of a mad rush for me on a Friday. But like I said, I hope everyone's well across the world. Smash the like button, guys. It is a Friday. Weekend is approaching. We're here to preview the Chelsea versus Tottenham game, and we're also before we even get to that, going to be talking about Dembele to Chelsea. We're going to go through a couple stats. We're going to get people. We've got a closed panel today that are going to be joining us on this stream as well. We're going to get their thoughts and opinions and how they feel about the potential of Dembele coming to Chelsea. There's no real confirmed talks to say that it's going to happen. However, we are in the talks. And Dembele is supposedly looking to leave in January, and Barcelona are looking to sell him. We're going to talk a lot more about that very soon as well. But make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to GNA TV on the road to 4.1k subscribers. Big up everyone in the chat already. Let's cue that intro. People, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. And I can already see that you are all slowly flooding in through the chat. We'll be going through the chat in a second as well. But like I said, we are here to talk about the Chelsea and Spurs game. I know Tuchel's doing his press conference at 1:30, so that does work in our hand. But before we even get into that game on Sunday, we're going to be delving into Dembele's potential move to Chelsea. You know, there's no confirmed journalist that's come out and said that that's going to happen. However, there has been some talks to say that Chelsea are interested in him himself, and that Thomas Tuchel himself apparently may be interested in the signing as well. We're going to go through all that. We're going to look at his stats, and we're going to look at the overall player himself, his injuries, because he gets spoken about in terms of his injuries. How many injuries has he had throughout his career? Does it match Christian Pulisic's? You know, we know Christian Pulisic has this rotten injury list at the age of 22. I think he may be 23 now as well. So we're going to go through all that. Like I said, we have got the panel coming on soon. We've got Matty K, we've got Winter Surfer coming, we've got Josh coming, we've got Couch Critic coming. So all these guys will be coming at some point soon to go through all that. But let's go through the chat and see how you guys are feeling on this Friday. So we've got Happy Friday. The weekend has landed. We better beat Spurs. Listen, like I said, we're going to talk more about this Chelsea and Spurs game a bit later, but it is a must-win game. It's a game that Chelsea have to get 3 points. There's no excuses. You know, we are already in a top four battle. What we need to do now is beat the teams that are already challenging us for that position. So starting with Spurs, who will have 3 games or 4 games in hand after they've played us, we cannot afford to drop any more points going into this game. So we're going to be talking about that. Big up to Declared. Nice to see you. Concierge of Crime. Big up to you. Big up, Jim. Massive game Sunday. Have a great weekend. You too, my brother. I hope you have a great weekend. I bet the weather's nice there where you are as well, my man. Big up to Big Ron. Ollie Joe, big up to you. Let's get Dembele in today so he can bag a hat-trick on his debut. And the question will be, which I will ask all of you that are currently in here at the moment, Dembele to Chelsea, yes or no? Tell me in the chat. Do you want to see Dembele at Chelsea? Do you think he is an asset? Do you think he will work in his system? And do you think Tuchel can get the best out of a player like himself? Or are you not happy with this? Big up to Andre. Big up to Marina. Go and get signing, man. Why are you here? You shouldn't be watching me. You should be trying to get signatures. Try and get people in. Big up to Chi in the house as well. Big up to CFC Matty K, who's going to be joining us soon. Andre, as always, my guy. I hope you're doing well. Big up to DJ Sav J in the house. Chelsea fan, big up to you. Undertaker CFC, big up to you. Noah, big up to you. Please beat that lockdown, the Seven Sisters again, and Dembele breaks your wage structure. Very funny, Noah. Part of it, I get. The other part, you're taking the piss, my man. Ian, big up to you, my man. Hope you're well. He says, I think he would be a good player for us. Fair enough. I am worried about Sundays, what Chelsea fans saying. Paul says, I'm not ready to watch the game. He's he's a little bit worried. I do get that vibe from a couple of Chelsea fans based on our form. It's not looking pretty. It's not looking good. And I kind of understand why we are slightly worried about that. We will delve into it. Thoughts on playing Liverpool in the Carabao Cup? Listen, I was happy that Liverpool beat Arsenal yesterday. I wanted Liverpool. I've been saying all this time on social media, I think on here as well, give me Liverpool. I am so happy that we've got them. They're the one team that I wanted us to play in the final. And I hope that we just don't get Anthony Taylor as the ref. Because if we get Anthony the bald fraud, could be peak, guys. It could be peak. Dembele is made out of glass, is what Sean feels. CSD time says he wants him. Chi says he doesn't want him. Joel don't want him. Albert wants him. It's a bit of a mixed feeling here. Ian says, yeah. Gavman's 50-50 about the Dembele signing. He brings something different, is what Albert's saying. No to Dembele's Andre. No for Chelsea fan. I haven't learned how to do a poll, man. That's embarrassing, isn't it? I'm so bad with technical stuff. Man, it's embarrassing. Dembele is too expensive, is what Junior's saying. Get them likes up, though, guys, please. If you are new, subscribe to the channel as well. Over, 50 of you here already, 6 minutes in. Daniel says, big up, Jim. No, us signing Dembele is no use spending effectively. We'll end up spending big wages and stupid money on his injuries. True, our NHS bill could be mega. I don't think buying Dembele is not strengthening our win-backs. It's a smart move, no rush. JJ Bridge as well, big up to you. And big up to 160. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to bring in Matty K and Couch because they're the first two here. We have got Winter Surfer and Josh coming in a bit later on. Guys, how you doing?
Yo, what's up? You good?
Good, man. Good.
I'm all right. I mean, my sleeping pattern's crap at the moment. I just can't sleep properly. I keep waking up in the middle of the night. It's not good, man.
Well, you're waking up seeing Lukaku in front of the net again?
I was about to say that.
I think my sleeping pattern's that fucked up because of Chelsea. Like, I literally probably I don't sleep till like 2-3 o'clock, and I wake up at like 6 o'clock, and then I'm up. Like, it's not normal. I'm telling you, not normal, guys.
What, you're dreaming that Lukaku's 1-on-1 and then skies it?
I'm dreaming about us potentially losing to Spurs and how much that will affect me. That's what
Don't be like this, Jem. I didn't like the negativity in the chat, and I don't like that negativity there. How is absolute no midfield Spurs that we beat all over the park with our second-rate midfielders? I think we absolutely batter them. I'm not even worried.
Yeah. Right, we'll get into that a bit later on, though. Yeah, we'll talk Spurs and Chelsea and Spurs a bit later. I really want to tackle the transfer news about Dembele. We did say that we'll try and look at the stats a bit more overall. Winter Surfer, number 2, Dembele.
No to Dembele. Sorry.
Is it now? I think it's number 2 Dembele.
Winter Surfer wants him.
Yeah, Winter Surfer wants him. Number 2 Dembele. That's what I got from that, man. But no,
clip it.
Dembele.
Okay, very lazy with the language. Sorry about that.
How you doing anyway, Winter Surfer? What's happening?
Yeah, good, man. I was still. I don't think people are listening to us that have this thing against Dembele. It's not his talent. I want to repeat again. It's not his talent we are dismissing. I just want people to listen because they seem to think that anyone who doesn't want Dembele, we're going, he's a rubbish player. We're not saying that. Just listen.
Well, we're gonna delve into it. I think the perfect place to start, because obviously I don't know Matty K's views. I kind of know Couch and yours views as well. Is obviously ask the question, Matty K, do you want Dembele at Chelsea?
Depends what's on the package. So I'm not saying no, and I'm not saying yes. If we can get Dembele for a good price, good wages, where we're not being taken the piss out of, I would take him. Injuries and all. I know the injuries are a big concern. There's a lot of Pulisic comparisons, but I still think if you can get him for the right price, he's worth the gamble. With the age that he is.
Well, apparently, can I just pop in on that? Apparently, 15 million euros is what Barcelona are looking for. And can we blame Barcelona? Because in the summer, he will be on a free. So they're trying to get rid of him now to try and scrap something out of him, you know? So it makes sense.
So the way I look at value is quite simply, I'm going to be honest, the 15 million euros don't really bother me. It's more about what we can get his wage at. Because for 15 million euros, you get him in. If he's a flop, we could recoup that money. I believe that 100%. I'm not worried about making the 15 million euros back. We'd do that. It's more about his wage and how low can we keep that. because I wouldn't want to pay over the odds in his wages.
I hear that. Couch, please reiterate on your thoughts on Dembele to Chelsea if it happens.
There's just so much to cover, man. Yeah, obviously the injury record is frightening. You know, the fact that everyone keeps harping on the fact that, oh, he played his best football under Tuchel. It was 1 year. It was 4 or 5 years ago. Like, he's a completely different player right now. So to suggest that, you know, this reconnection, you know, when he was, what was he, 18 when he played for Tuchel? 18, 19, around there?
Yeah.
You know, like, he's a completely different player now. So that's one thing I worry about. Obviously, the wage bill, like, our wage bill is unbelievably high, you know, and then you take in consideration, he's not going to come for cheap, because cheap for me is like, you know, 80, 90 grand a week. As I say that, you know, I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. But you know, like, he's on what, like, well over 200K a week at Barcelona. And I do understand that the market dictates what he can make, and nobody's going to be able to afford to give him anywhere near that on his next contract. But he's not going to fall to, like, you know, that 80, 90 range. He's still going to be in and around 130, 140, 150, somewhere in around there. So on the same money as the likes of, like, Pulisic, as, you know, Havertz and all these guys. So I don't know, man. Like, you look at it that way and you're like, wow, can we afford to bring on somebody at that wage? With those wages, and not see somebody come off the wage bill? Like, who goes for him to come? You know, we can't just continually, like, escalate these wages and expect it to just go away at some point. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, and it begs the question, doesn't it? In the terms of, you bring in another forward, you're not getting rid of anyone, so we're adding him to the books until the summer. You know, can we do it? Potentially, we probably could, depending on what his wage structure is and what he wants. But that's the big question, isn't it? Go on, mate. Okay, what was you saying?
Well, I was just going to say, one of the points I think Couch made, which I think is an excellent point, is people saying, oh, he had his best time under Tuchel, which, okay, yeah, he did. And even if you wanted to get rid of the argument that it was 5 years ago, which I think is an excellent argument, I think you're right, 100%. And this will be blasphemy for saying, but if we give him a 5-year contract, do we think Tuchel's going to be here for 5 years? Like, I would, at this moment in time, I would want him to be. But evidence dictates that Tuchel's probably got a year, 2 more years in him. So if he's not performing with any other manager and it is just Tuchel, are we getting him in? And then down the line, it's just going to be another problem. And the thing is we're looking at him for the system. I don't necessarily think he suits our system great. And I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know where he fits.
I hear that. Winter Surfer, obviously, I know your thoughts on most of your thoughts on the Dembele scenario, but when you hear this tweet like this that says Chelsea made contact with Dembele's agent some weeks back, but there is no bid as of yet. If Chelsea do sign this player, is it a board signing, or do you think they've done this for Tuchel?
I don't even know anymore. Every time we're linked with someone, the next sentence says Tuchel has asked for him, or Tuchel likes him, or stuff like that. I don't know. I think the thing is, I think Couch said it. Who are we getting rid of then? Because it makes no sense to bring him in now unless we're getting rid of someone.
I presume it's going to be the people that run out of contract later in the year, isn't it? We've got some ending.
I just think it. And also, I know it's not 700. We will never pay anyone 700K. I don't care what anyone says, or even 500K or something like that. He has to. For me, he's not worth the contract he's on at Barcelona at the moment because of his availability. So I've said this to you. I think he has to come in on lower wages, and it has to be incentivized for him to reach goals. Like, you have to play 30. You have to play 20 league games, or in a row or something, something like that. Or you have, I think it has to deeply be incentivized, because it makes no sense given his past injury record and everything like that. But I don't know anymore if it's a board signing or Tuchel wants him. It's a signing that the board have made in the past before.
Yeah,
it's an opportunity. It looks like an opportunistic signing. in their eyes, but I can't see what the opportunistic element of it is.
It reminds me of the Ross Barkley situation, where you've got a player that used to be great, is performing average, and they think, well, we can get him at a decent price.
Yeah, I hear that. I do hear that.
Revive his career or whatever. But at the same time, you know, I'm looking at it like this: Can Chelsea afford to miss right now, like with attackers on high wages? Can we afford to miss right now? I feel the next attacker that we have to buy has to be knock it out the park. You cannot miss, because the way that the squad, the club is structured right now, the players that we have right now, a lot of these players are becoming unmovable. A lot of them, you know, like just because performances haven't really been that great, and they're on these incredibly high wages. So I'm like this: you have to make sure that if you buy or you bring in Dembele, you have to be 100% sure that he is going to be the exact fit that you need in this club right now. I don't think we can miss at this point.
I hear you. Josh is in the house. Before I go through some bits that I have got for you, Josh, what's your overall thoughts on this deal with Chelsea? Do go ahead with this, mate. Are you happy with it? Are you not happy with it? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to be on the more optimistic side of this. Like, I think it's one of those things. It's a low risk for a very, very potential high payoff. I mean, this was a $100+ million player just a couple seasons ago. He's 24 years old. The manager knows him extremely well. If he fires, then you just got, you know, an insane player for a very low price. I heard the comparison to Ross Barkley. I would argue that when both healthy and on their day, Ross Barkley couldn't tie this man's boots. Yeah, I mean, listen. It's just one of those things. I think Andrew's right. It is an opportunistic buy, but for the price that they're talking, I mean, I think it's well worth the risk. If it was like 30, 40, then maybe I'm not on board for that. But for 10, 15, whatever it'll end up being, I think it's worth a shot.
I would have Rafinha any day. By the way, I'm just saying, yeah.
Just to clarify, when I said about the Barkley thing, I wasn't saying that Barkley's at the same level. I just want to clarify that before anybody in the chat thinks I was saying that.
That's fair. I don't want to mischaracterize that.
I just mean in far as like the structure, I think the board will look at it as in going, there's a potentially really great player here. We can get it in cheap. Worst case scenario, we make our money back. Best case scenario, we hit the jackpot.
So I want to jump on what Matty Cage just said here about potential great player. And I've been actually on transfer market looking at his, not only at La Liga, but his overall balance of performances wherever he's been. So he's played over 208 games. He scored 53 goals with 50 assists. In La Liga, he's had 87 games with 18 goals and 16 assists. When you look at the Champions League, 34 games, 9 goals, 9 assists. If you look at, just base it on this year's stat, he's played 6 games in the La Liga and no goals, only 2 assists. And in the Champions League, he's played 3 games, no goals, no assists. He's played 11 games overall this season. He's been in and out. I am a little bit worried about what it is that we are looking at in terms of Dembele coming to Chelsea, because what are we expecting? We're expecting creativity. We're expecting goals. What is it that we are specifically looking at when we look at the player himself? Because when I look at his stats, I don't think they're the greatest. And when you talk about his overall balance, we'll go back to it again, and you look at him playing in the La Liga for 87 appearances. I mean, 18 goals as what is he there? Is he a forward for them? Is he a winger for them? He plays more of like a forward off the striker, doesn't he?
He's like a right wing, right inside forward, I guess.
I mean, the assist level 16, is that really great? I don't think. How many seasons has he been in La Liga? 3? Isn't
he? No, this is his 5th, I think.
Is his 5th? So fifth La Liga season, only 87 games and 18 goals and 16 assists. What is it, Couch? What is it we're expecting from?
Here's the other side of things that I'm worried about too. With his injury record, do you expect him to get more healthy when he comes to the Premier League?
No.
Yeah,
Well, no, because we
that's
play
just
more
corny,
football.
right? Like you're
Yeah.
coming to the most physical, fast league in the world, and you expect his health to improve. With the injury, the muscle injuries that he's had too, like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And yes, I think that what he can do is, at his best, he can provide space. He creates space for others, right? Because he's a dribbler, he'll attract defenders towards him and whatnot, and open up gaps of space for the likes of Lukaku and whatever who likes to be stationary and whatnot. So I can see it in terms of like what he can deliver for us, but as far as end product goes, he's not really a guy that's going to be delivering
So
you
that's
like
what I'm saying. What is it
15,
we're
16
expecting?
goals a
Yeah.
season. You're not
What
going
is
to get that.
what is it we're expecting from Dembele from Dembele coming to Chelsea? What is it he should be doing that will make us happy as fans? Like that's what I'm trying to understand
He
because
needs
from
to
in terms
prove.
of
He needs
output,
to prove. He needs to prove his fitness, his durability. First of all, that's what he needs to prove. He needs to play. He needs to play a lot of games in a row, or be available for a lot of games in a row, without us going, "Oh no, there's a little niggly injury here and there." One of the injuries he has is what's called a hip flexor.
we're going to get to that.
Yeah,
Don't
so
worry. I've
that one
actually
I'm
got,
really worried about.
yeah.
And also the muscle ones as well. He has to prove his fitness and durability and his availability before he proves
Yeah.
his talent to me.
I know we've got Kai here as well. Kai, I know your thoughts kind of on this Dembele thing. You think it's
Yep.
worth giving it a go. You don't think the level of our forwards currently at the moment is good enough, and it's not
Yep.
really a massive risk bringing him in for 15 million potentially. But when you look at these stats, and obviously 87 games, 18 goals, 16 assists over 5 seasons. What's your thoughts still on the player?
I still like the player. If you look at the minutes he played,
5,000 minutes.
in La Liga, based compared to like most of our forwards, he still has better stats than they do. Based on the minutes played. And like he actually like scored like a good amount of goals in the Champions League, right? Like he averages a goal every 3 games, and he plays for Barcelona as well, and he doesn't play consistency. For me, what I like about him the most is the assists. Look at his like assist to game ratio. Like
Yeah.
that's still like much better than our attackers. And the reality is, if we can get a player who we could fight about him being injury prone, but at 20 million, that is the price of a rotational player, right? That's
Yep.
not a price of a starter. And
Yeah,
for me,
it's the wages.
he reminds me more of Hazard, the fact that he's a game changer. And if you ask a lot of Barcelona fans, they tell you that he is the type of player who can beat like two men, cross the ball, assist. He can do that through ball. For me, this team lacks it a lot. We have a lot of headless chickens that run around. They don't know how to shoot. They don't know how to pass, and they're just missing chances. And for 20 million, when I know how much Tuchel loved that guy, yeah, because he tried to get him for PSG, he managed him at Dortmund. He's a decent player, and for me, for 20 million, I don't see the issue. Especially when we have people like Barkley, we have people like Batshuayi, we have people like all
That
these
is the
players,
issue.
Ziyech,
That is
and all
exactly
these
the
guys who
issue.
do nothing.
That is exactly the issue. You're naming these guys as dead wood guys,
Yeah,
and then
I
you're
know
bringing on
Deadwood,
a guy. Hold on, Kai.
but
You're bringing in a guy. You want to bring in a guy for 20 million. What is his wages going to be?
yeah,
And
but
then on top of that,
even the guys who a lot of our fans don't consider Deadwood have Deadwood stats. Yes, yet we want them to stay here.
And
So for
Couch, I hear you on the wages, Couch, but like I also think the club will handle that. The club will sort that out. Like, the reason I think
just leave it to the club. The club will sort that out. Of course. Come on, dog. You honest? You believe that these guys can sort it out? Look at them. Look at the glut of players that we have on the wage bill right now.
Yep.
Look at them. It's
Well,
terrible.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what about the wage? Look at our attackers. I could give a flying fuck about the wage. Look at the attack we have. Look at the
So
fucking
I think
attack we have. 5
so.
goals. Lukaku's our highest scorer with 8 goals. Our second highest scorer
But
is a midfielder
you're assuming
who
that
played
when
Yeah,
in
he comes,
midfield.
he's going to be magically just find health and be this offensive dynamo. He still has to
He
prove that he
already
can even play a
he
season.
bro,
When was the last time he played a full
he
season?
played he played as many games as our players played
Big up Oscar, man.
in all competition, yeah? And he
Yeah.
has more goals than them just in the league alone. For me,
and
that's enough.
like
That's
for
For me,
me
that's
absurd.
too,
enough, bro.
I think there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jam. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, in his best season, and that's why I was flying through it quickly at Barcelona. The best
Yep.
season he had, this wasn't actually it. It was when he scored 8 goals and 4 assists, but he played 29 games. He's never hit double digits in La Liga for assists or goals over. All right, fair to him, he's played at a max in any one season. He's not played any more than 30 games a season, which is probably still, when you think about La Liga, it's not too bad because they don't play. How many competitions do they play? 2, 3, isn't it? They don't play Like the Premier League, you always got 4 competitions, and especially if you play for
Yep.
Chelsea, I'm talking about. So 30 games, 6 goals, 3 assists. And if you look at the 2019 year when he was at Barcelona, it wasn't the greatest. That must have been where he was really affected from injury. He only played 5 games with 1 goal and no assist. And then you go to 18-19. Is it 18-19? Yeah, 18-19. He played 29 games in La Liga. Scored 8 goals, 4 assists. In the Champions League, he scored 3 goals with 1 assist. Copa del Rey, 2 goals, 3. So he's got about 14 goals overall in all competitions and 8 assists. That was his best season, and that was over a 42-game period. Is that good enough for you guys?
I can actually reply to that quite really easily. Like for me, Tuchel doesn't like any of our attackers. If he did, then why did none of them play all games this season, like from the start? He keep rotating them because he doesn't like any of them, including our poster boy with 6 goals and half of them against Norwich. Yeah, he doesn't like him either. So for me, if the manager gets a choice and he can choose who to have, like if he wants this guy in his team and he thinks it will make our team better, who am I and who any of us are to tell him no?
No, but
I don't get it.
I think a little differently to that. To be honest, and it's probably over 2 points because I'm on the fence whether we should get him or don't get him. I think it all depends on the deal for me. But I disagree that Tuchel doesn't like any of our attackers. I think that's probably an emotional comment rather than a actual physical.
How many of them
Tuchel
does he start all the time, though, Matty?
But okay, there's a difference though. There's a difference between liking a player and players just not being informed. If you're asking me, do I think he thinks any of our attacking players are informed right now? Of course he doesn't. They're underperforming. We know that. There could be a number of reasons.
For
I'm not going to go into that.
But Matty, for 2 years?
Yeah, but I feel like we're going to go down a rabbit hole if we start going into that debate.
Yeah, but if the 2 years they have the same numbers, is that really is that really form though?
Yeah, but the argument you would say is, do you know what? Let's not go down it because we'll go down a rabbit hole. My opinion is going to be different to your opinion. Your opinion is going to be different to Couch's.
Yeah, but my opinion is based on stats. Your opinion is based on emotions.
Well, no, it isn't because I genuinely use
2 years the same numbers.
Okay, yeah, but then you've got to look at result. You're looking at it from one avenue. The fact of the matter is we won the Champions League, which is a massive success.
League with our players like basically almost scoring 1 goal. We averaged 1.2 when we won the Champions League.
Okay,
our
don't
attack
get me wrong.
Wasn't good enough. We won the league because our defense was very good, but our attack was crap through that.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I know every single fan out there wants to win 3-0 every week, right? But the fact of the matter is that just doesn't realistically happen. So the fact that we were winning and performing.
Why does it happen for City though? Because your standards are different than mine.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But Pep's been building that project for a number of years.
How many of our attackers will get to a Pep team? How many of our attackers will get to a Pep team with these numbers?
Carl, I love you, mate, but you're going to let me finish an answer before you come back with the next question.
All right, well, I love you too.
I love you, man. I love you. I think you're great, but I'm starting to answer a question, and you throw in another answer, and then you throw in another question at me. Like we could go down a rabbit hole about opinions with attackers, and I'm not denying your opinion. You think they're all rubbish. That's fine. You're entitled to that opinion. I think some of them are rubbish. I think some of them are just out of form. There's a difference for me. When I look at Dembele, which is the point of the conversation, do I think he is on paper better than any of the players that we have there at the minute? Probably. Do I think he has the same scope as some of the players that we have there at the minute? I mean, the argument would be is Pulisic on paper or potential when we got him in, he was going to be brilliant, Captain America, done brilliant under Tuchel, brilliant at Dortmund, hasn't really lived up to the hype. This guy, I think, could come in and I think he could go either way. I think he could have exactly the same situation or he could do really well. He'll be playing down the right predominantly, which is where Ziyech is, which hopefully means if we did get him, hopefully we'd get rid of Ziyech in the summer. That would be the next transfer window. That would be my thought process. But it all comes down to, I think everybody keeps looking at it from just a player profile point of view. I know people are mentioning wages and things like that, but if you look at it from an overall business perspective, if you can get £100 million player a couple of years ago into your team for 15 million euros, even if he's on a high wage, and don't get me wrong, I think they need to get the wage right, you could still sell him in a year or 2 years and make money off that. That's still a good business decision. So
he's 24.
Sorry, Matt, but he still has to play well in order to make that a good business decision. Because if you put
Agreed.
This is the problem that we're seeing right now. Everyone's saying, "Well, Barkley, we got Barkley for 15 million, and we put him on 100K." How comes we can't move him? We can't move him.
I agree with you. So he does need to hit the ground running for it to be what you would class a win and a risk. So
And
for
why would
me,
you move him if he hits the ground running? That's the thing.
yeah,
The
no.
risk
So this
is-
is my point. I think it's a risk to get him in. I do think it's a gamble, and I'm pretty sure. I think Josh said the same. You know, if you can get him in for the right amount of money, it could be a good financial risk, but it is a risk. My personal opinion on it, the more I think about it, is if we can get him in, there's a lot of risk factors. My biggest worry is if we take this gamble for this player, we could be putting ourselves in a corner for the next transfer window where then we don't have the opportunity to go and get that actual goal scorer, that world-class player. You know, if we get him in and we gadge him on the wages and we struggle to get other people off, that might hinder us going out and getting I'm going to use Haaland as an example, but that's probably unlikely. But my point being is, the only thing I would worry about this deal is whether it will corner us for better deals in the next transfer window.
Well, that again falls on our board, and that's why I say that if we do go for Dembele, then it's important that we do not only get out the deadwood, but we have to get rid of some of these forwards and sell them. And I think you can get value on Ziyech. I think you can sell Werner if you need to. You know, we have to. This is what I'm saying. For me, that this is the biggest. For me, when you talk about this summer and transfer market for Chelsea, this has definitely got to be up there with one of the biggest in terms of how they deal with it. And not only that, how they then show us if they're actually back in Tuchel, barring like if he wants to bring in a DM or a defender at the same time. It's going to be a big, big summer for us. I want to quickly have a look because some people in the chat keep asking me about his injury records. And they're saying, well, let's have a look at his injury record. So this is his injury history for Dembele. In 21-22, just in this season, he's had a knee injury.
Am I the only one who can't see the screen, or is it like
Is it not come up?
Nah, for me it's not coming up. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see it. So no.
Kai, can you not see it, Kai? Come out and
no,
come back
I
in.
can. I can.
It's just a lot, Kai. It's a lot of injuries. Okay.
I'll read it out. Don't worry. I'm going to read it out because in 21-22 season, he's June the 20th, 2021, he had a knee injury. He's had a hamstring, let me go for it properly. Knee injury, June the 20th, 2021. This lasted until November the 1st, 2021. 134 days he was out and he missed 14 games for Barcelona, 14 games. He's had a minor hamstring injury 3 days after the first when he returned, and was only out for he was out for 18 days but missed 2 games with them. When you think about for Chelsea, if he misses 18 days at Chelsea in November, he's not missing 2 games. He's missing, I'd say, at least 4 games minimum. You know, and then you go from the 22nd, which was the last time he come back, to the 29th of December, which is his next injury. So just over a month later, and he was out for 7 days with coronavirus. We can accept that, I understand. But this is just purely, and there's another list. Like I even got, this is just Barcelona on its own. So if you go back to, let's go back to when. Okay, so that was nothing. So it is only just this week. So this is all with just Barcelona. So since 16-17, where he had problems with his hip flex, so he was out for 10 days. Now the longest day he was out was with the hamstring injury that he got on the February 4th, 2020, which left him out till August the 13th, 2020. He missed 191 days and he missed 19 games for Barcelona overall. But he did miss 20 games back in 17-18 with, again, the same hamstring injury, but missed 106 days out. So, you know, there is some longevity injuries there. When you look at the 191 days, 134 days for the knee injury. I don't know if that was an ACL. Did he pick up an ACL? I'm not too sure with that knee injury.
No, I don't think it was an ACL.
So, I mean, guys,
he's missed nearly 2 years just at Barcelona for injuries.
Well, you add up them days. If anyone's got
nearly
time to add up them days, that's
nearly 2. It's nearly half the time he's been at Barcelona.
He's been at Barcelona since 16, 17.
Yeah.
And just the back point, you know, because I normally agree with Kai and everything. He coached Dembele 5 years ago. Are we saying these are the two same people 5 years ago?
No, Andrew, I agree with you 100%. The injuries worry me as well, yeah. But the thing with me is, I'm in a point in desperation because if you know me, yeah, you know I don't rate any of our attackers,
I know.
including our poster boy, because I grew up on numbers for Chelsea players getting double digits in assists and in goals.
Yeah.
And right now, none of those players can give me that. And for me, as far as talent alone,
Yeah.
Take in consideration apart from the injury record, he is better than all our attacker in ability.
Totally agree with you, Kai.
But injuries worry me. I agree with you
all
guys.
about
I'm also worried by
availability.
injuries, but I'm worried how are we gonna finish this seasons if we barely score goals?
I agree.
And I am worried about top 4 right now because Arsenal are looking scary. I'm not gonna sit into this thing where I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, it's just Arsenal, because we don't know that. Because usually at that time they start fucking up. We're already in like what 24 Premier League games, 23. So it is starting to be a problem.
It's around that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is starting to be a problem for me. And if we can get somebody for 15, regardless of where we end that window, I think that's a good deal for me.
You know what? I agree with Kai, but then at the same time, I see this injuries, and I think like
I get that, guys. I'm not telling you don't have like I don't agree with your worries, because I do.
But I agree with what you say in terms of the low risk factor. I do think it's low risk. 15 million euros to bring in a player that is high reward. I think he is, because I do think he is a massive talent. It's just you're bringing him into a team that competes in 4 competitions, plays every 3 days. You know, it's going to be down to Tuchel. Let's say he does go through really good form for Chelsea, and he's playing him week in against the cup games, and then he gets the Premier League games, and then he gets the Champions League games. My worry is that if he gets that one of them big injuries and he's out for 191 days, 134 days, and we know what Christian Pulisic's like when we try and play him into form and he's injuries. It's like we could potentially be getting rid of Werner and Ziyech and having Dembele and Pulisic on our books, but not be able to use them throughout a season, which means that we will end up suffering, because we probably end up buying maybe one more extra forward on top of them with Lukaku, who'll probably still be there, maybe not, who knows? And I don't know. That's the only thing that worries me. But I'm stuck in between it. I really am stuck in between it.
Yeah, but Jem, is this truly where we are though? Are we really at the point where we're just trying to sign like rehabilitation like projects?
Well, that falls on.
That
falls onto my question as well. Is my biggest negative about him, and like I say, the thing that's stopping me going, oh yeah, just take the risk, is what problem does he solve? Forget about how cheap he is. Forget about if he hits the ground running. What actual problem does he solve?
Bringing us? What is he bringing to Chelsea? What are we expecting from him when he comes?
Even because say he comes in right now and he equals his best ever season at Barcelona, and he does that for us.
Yeah.
Does that actually make a massive difference on our results with the players around him that aren't performing at the moment? When Lukaku's not on form, when the rest of our attackers aren't on form. So when I say he's a gamble, and I think he is a gamble, I sort of agree with Couch when I'm saying, if you're going to go get a player, you need to be confident that he's going to hit the ground running, because the one thing you don't want to do is bring in another player that's just going to be
and that's the other thing, isn't it?
Injured or shit.
Hit the ground running, survive the injuries, score. Like if you prorate his goals. If you prorate his goals over the course of a season to the January window to the end of the year, how many goals is that? That's like what, 3 goals maybe, 4 goals.
It's not a lot. Yeah,
I'm probably even overshooting by saying 4 goals. So you're saying like the 3 goals that he scores for us is going to be enough to get us guarantee us top 4, and that I don't know, guys. I can't feel that. I can't feel.
I think one of the things you have to look at too is not only just what will he do for us, but how much better will he improve the guys around him, which I think is another important key point.
Yep.
I think he does, yeah, because I think he's a dangerous threat that he's going to cause teams to have to pay a lot of attention to. He's left-footed, so you put him on the and he's got a peg of a left foot too. So if you put him on the right side, so does who?
He's 2-footed.
Well, that even more of a bonus, but I think he's predominantly right to left with the way he likes to play. I think having him on the pitch right now, there's none of our attackers cause any defenses any issues. I don't think any defense is scared of anybody that we throw out there right now, especially when you're throwing Mount on the right wing.
Can I echo Josh's point as well? Like our highest assister from open play in our attack is Mount with 2 open play assists. So for us at the right wing, we need somebody who can create. The reason a lot of our attackers, if you look at Lukaku, if you look at Timo Werner, when they play, we can discuss till the fucking sun goes down if they are clinical enough or not. But the reality is, how many times do you see us having a good cross from the players behind the strikers? It rarely happens, yeah.
Almost
So we
never.
do need somebody. We do need somebody who can cross. We do need somebody who can assist. We used to have Hazard, and if you remember how good Hazard was with his crossing, every time he'd go into the box and kind of cuts inside and try to cross, kind to build. We don't have those type of players. We have very selfish players who try to
Well,
stat
yeah.
their way. That's what I'm saying. So people are looking at it only from like how many goals he can score, but the reality is we don't really create, do we?
No, I get that. Do you know what I was looking? I just went into the details. I wanted to just detail more his injuries because when I think about the Premier League and obviously the demand, and I agree with Bex what she said there about he'll get defenders will be on him more, they'll hack him down, they'll test him, etc. I agree. I think the speed of the league is another thing as well. His main common injury since 16-17 is hamstring injury. He's had 6 hamstring injuries since 16-17 to 21 to 22, and that does worry me a little bit because these hamstring injuries, when he does get them, 106 days out, 42 days, 34 days, 191 days, 22 days, all right, and 18 days, not too bad. But, I'm worried that in 2 weeks we could have 3 or 4 games. He's in form, he plays, bang, he's gone for 100 and whatever god days, and then we're back to square one. Do you know what I mean? And look, maybe it's a risk we have to take for a 50 million euro pound player. Potentially, I get that. I think there is high rewards to it, and I do agree. I think from what I've been told from a Barcelona fan yesterday when we done that space, is that he's a creator. He will be direct, and I think we do need that. We need someone to be
You
direct.
can't create from the sidelines, man. You can't create from the infirmary. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
There's a reason Barcelona are trying to keep him. I mean, it's not because
they
they
don't
just
want
want
to lose the 160 million euros that they lost for him.
Well, yeah,
You know?
I mean, well, they know they're never going to recoup that. So I think it's probably more along the lines of like they know what they have, and he's in their hands. And if they let him go for free, not only are they losing a good player, but they're not going to get anything for him. But to this La Liga Premier League point, like Eden Hazard played in this league for 7 years and was almost never injured. He goes to Spain, he's injured every other week. All right, so maybe there's a little bit of La Liga tax with the injury there. Maybe the med staffs aren't as diligent. Maybe a hamstring. I know there's not much you can do about that, but like to say, oh, he'll be coming to the Premier League, it's the toughest league, he's going to be getting hacked and beat up. Like, I mean, Eden Hazard, probably one of the most hacked guys that ever played in the Premier League.
He never got injured though, but we used to get.
That's what I'm saying. But he didn't get injured. He didn't start getting injured. He didn't start getting injured until he went to Spain. And now the Spanish doctors are telling him he needs another surgery potentially. He looked okay to me yesterday. Like, I don't know if I'm putting my whole basket of injury stuff into the La Liga medical staff. I just don't. I don't know if that's. I take my chances with the staff in England and how they keep players fit and healthy. I mean,
yeah, Malik, who's put the donation in, big up to Malik. He's saying he knows how to play with a striker and create better. Maybe what he's referring to is that our current forwards can't do that.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I said as well. Yeah, I think it's just for diversity. It's a good, especially since Ziyech is gonna leave it the summer, man.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a bad.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We still need a midfielder to help our creation problems. I still think that's a huge issue with creating is that we lack that creative midfielder. But
if he's a valuable player, why is no other top club in for him?
Maybe he doesn't want to go to.
Well, it's not only that. What other top club needs that position where the person isn't
Liverpool?
Performing at the moment?
Liverpool.
What? Well, he's a right-sided player, isn't he? So who's? Well, if you look at his stats on the left are crap. But he's got what his average rating on the left is 5.3. His average on the right 7 point something. Like he can play there, but he's not well. The reason that we're looking at him, because let's take into consideration that everybody's thinking the same thing.
That's what it is, man.
Yeah. If you look at the reason that we're looking at him, is it's a gamble, but it's a good deal. My argument would be is if we weren't in the need for a player of that position, we wouldn't take the gamble. The only reason we're considering it is because of our attacking form at the moment.
That's what I'm saying. Don't bring any confidence to our forward line, innit? Us looking to bring in Dembele.
Bro, you know what's the difference? You know what's the difference between us and City? Yeah, City are just about to seal Julian Alvarez. So for me, he's like one of the best fucking potentials on the planet. Yeah, they're about to sign him. Yeah,
Yep.
Chelsea, rather than good look into these players, right? They go, okay, let's go get this deal or that, or are our numbers that bad? So let's just solve into a different issue. Do we really
Yeah.
need to spend that money?
Let's go get a player. It
It's
doesn't matter whether he fits our
yeah,
system or
it's
not,
mad.
or the manager
Well,
wants him. Let's buy him.
yeah.
But
But
City
that's a
City
bigger
probably
yeah.
consult Pep and
Yeah.
say, do you what, and probably work with Pep and go, do you what, who are you looking for? And he'll probably point out, well, looking this type of player or this type of player, and they'll go, oh, there's a chance like Julian Alvarez. Do you want us to do it? Yes, and work with him like that, and like this board.
Yeah.
So,
I think
Yeah.
we're screaming out for a central midfielder that can actually pick out a pass, because
absolutely.
the way that because I know people hate on Lukaku, and I don't think he's performing as well as he should have been. But I wrote in the chat in the Discord weeks ago, and I still stand by the point that if we had Fabregas in this team now, with the passing he had, Lukaku would be scoring goals because of the runs he makes. The reason that we're not utilising him is because we physically do not have somebody in the middle that's got that eye for a pass or can thread the ball.
But if you remember, Fabregas as well, when we played under Conte in a 3, he also struggled, which is why he was benched for the majority of that season. We won the league. The thing is, I get that people want creativity, but we're playing in a system that kind of limits the midfield, because we have more attackers in the midfield. We're always kind of outbodied. Most of the Premier League has three midfielders, right? We have 2. So I get that. But if we do get that other type of midfielder, we do need to stop playing the 3, because even Fabregas, it's a good shot. I love Fabregas, like one of my favorite ever players. Jim, you know this.
Yeah, he was sick,
but
man.
he would struggle in a 2-man midfield. It's not easy.
So
to
I
play
don't think. But I think when we've got the reason that I don't think we have a 2-man midfield. I think if you looked when we had Chilwell and James, because of the way that they overlapped and pushed up the pitch, it gave our wide players the chance to come more central, which actually meant that we normally had more numbers throughout the middle through the fluidity to get at teams. The problem that we have at the moment is when you're playing a Pulisic or a Ziyech at the moment, they're having to stay out wide because we need the width. But actually, they'd be much better if they could get a bit more narrow to help link up play with Lukaku. The problem is if they get narrow now, we get absolutely battered on the wings, because without the highest regards, Alonso and Aspie aren't doing the same job that Chilwell and Reece James were doing. I actually think if we had Reece James and Chilwell back, I think people underestimate the amount that they help the attacking team, the attacking part, especially Reece, because it gives the opportunity for the 2 wide attacking players to get more narrow and involved. So when I say a central player, I probably don't mean a central player. I probably mean in our system
a deep lane playmaker. I think what you mean.
Yeah, or like a wider player that's better at coming inside. But again, you can only look at it when you've got your full team.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with Maddie. Actually, that I think that's our biggest issue. For me is that you're seeing the strikers game in and game out, whether it's Lukaku or Werner to a certain extent, like making runs into channels where for no reason, because they're never going to get a ball through the channels with our midfield ever. Like Kovacic, to me, he's technically our most creative midfielder because he drives the ball into the final third of the opposing team, and then maybe there's an opportunity for a pass. Now, whether he makes that pass or it comes off or whatever, it's few and far between. But like, we have none of them are sitting back looking for a run and then pinging a ball to that run, which is what's frustrating. I can see, obviously we all know Lukaku you can see he's frustrated when he makes a run and there's no ball there, or Werner, same thing, making a run in behind, no ball. And then they have to recycle and get back on side and hold up, and the play slows down. Like, that's a huge issue.
Josh,
guys,
go first, or should I?
I want to move on to the Tottenham thing, because that's part of the other part of this thing we need to get into, because I need to shoot in about 45 minutes as well. But I've just checked in on the tweets just to see what's going on in terms of team news. Tuchel's live at the moment, and he's confirmed that Reece James is back doing light training, nowhere near actually being back with the squad yet. Trevor Chalobah's returned as well. He's training with the squad, but he's just not ready to start the game on the weekend. It's too early for him. Is the 2 bits of news that we've got at the moment. So in terms of I've not seen anything else come through yet. He's not said anyone else. I'm assuming it's just the same players that we've had for the last 3 games, to be fair, that are fit. There's no injuries. I want to do
good news though. Still some good news. Reece James is at least light training again, right?
He's walking.
Yeah, but that's like a month away from coming back. Yeah, a month away.
Yeah,
From
we'll
Yeah,
see it
he
in
won't,
5
yeah.
weeks.
Better than not coming back at all.
That's
Well,
right.
he had a picture on Instagram with him booted up and doing some
Yeah.
light work. So it's great news for us.
It is,
Yeah.
and they did say 6 to 8 weeks, didn't they, for him? And I
Yeah.
think it's been about that. Has it been that long already without him?
Probably been about 4 weeks.
4 or
Is it?
5, I think.
Bro,
Yeah.
for me, it feels like it's been longer, man.
Yeah.
It has,
With all the D's and L's we've taken, man.
Before Christmas.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to do this combined. It was combined Chelsea 11 for the Tottenham game. First question for you guys is 4 at the back or 3 at the back? Because we've seen the 4 the last game and it was absolutely stinking up the place. I personally don't think it's the system anymore. I think it's the personnel in the system as to why it don't work always, and we'll have this issue. But I don't know. I mean, what do you want to do? Because we beat Spurs twice with the 4 at the back. So do you want to do the 4 at the back, or do you think we'll go 3?
4 for me. I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, for me, it's 4 at the back for everything you just said. We're incapable of playing 3 with Alonso and Asby as wingbacks. It's an absolute nightmare to watch. So I think just based off personnel, 4 at the back is where we're kind of stuck with.
Yeah, I'm just reading what Thomas Tuchel said about Dembele from Couch. So he says he's in a situation. I have no idea what the detail is. I know how I feel about it when it's my player, so it's better not to talk. That's basically what I'm saying.
That means I love him as my player, but I don't know. I can't talk about it.
Andreas Christensen, no, not available as well. So no Andreas Christensen. So basically, everyone that wasn't available last game, same thing, basically. Matt EK is in the house. Nick Blue's joined us as well. Nick Blue, hope you're well, my man.
Yeah, big up, Jim. Chaps on the panel. Couch, Red, Kai.
Matt
Jim, I've got to
EK.
shoot, mate.
Andrew,
All right, man. No worries, bro.
Anyway, big up to you lot. We're going to kill Liverpool.
Just a quick one. 145 people watching, 55 likes. Come on, guys, smash that button.
I get bored of asking them now. They usually hit the likes at the end when I finish the show, and it goes up massively. So yeah, if you haven't hit the like, please do so. Subscribe if you're new as well to the channel. On our road to 4.1k. Thank you for getting us to 4k as well, guys. Big up to everyone that's still here as well. Tuchel says no for Carabao Christian. Yeah, we've heard that, Bex. Guys, Redneck, how you doing, man? You all right?
You tell me.
How's your day? You good?
Wait, how can he tell how you're feeling, Redneck?
I don't know. He's
What?
fucking.
He's probably still on the.
You guys live in the same house?
The codeine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move
good.
on to this. Let's move on to this formation. 4 at the back, Kepa in goal. Yeah, that's an easy one, isn't it?
I was asking you for a link so I can talk about Dembele, but since you had a limited amount of people, then.
Well, no, the people that came on for the Dembele talk were the same people that were on yesterday. It's Josh, Couch, Winter Surfer. I said to these guys, they can come in and do it closed with us to start with, and then we'll just open it up to do the Spurs game a bit later on. That's why. I didn't see you yesterday, to be fair. So, I know you did ask for it. I didn't see it. Apologies to that anyway. So, back 4. What we saying? Left back.
Jim is doing a Wenger.
It's Sar for me.
Sar for me too.
Yeah,
Yes.
stop for me, man.
For sure, yes, start Sunday.
Sar, Malang, Sar. No Alonso, yeah? Do you think Alonso would be benched for this one?
I don't ever need to see Alonso play again. I'm over it. It's been a year.
Is this our starting lineup? Or are we doing a joint? Sorry, just to confirm.
Let's do a Tuchel lineup.
Cool.
2 in the middle, Rudy and Silva.
Has to be.
Of course. Yeah.
Rudiger, Silva, El Monstro, right back. I mean,
So
Are we going to drop
Chalo-
Alonso versus Spars? That's what we're saying?
Chalo's out.
I don't see
Say
how
Redneck?
Alonso misses this game. We have 3 fit center backs, and you can play them all at the same time.
Listen, Couch, I get you. I my eyes can't do it anymore.
what are we doing? That's it.
I'm
That's a
fucking
big
done
one.
with Alonso, man.
Yeah. To be fair, Alonso probably will start, but I still say we leave Sar there just for the visual. No, we all know it's probably going to be Marcus Alonso, but I don't want to see that on the screen.
Right, we're gonna have to watch that shit for 90 minutes on Sunday. Cat. Let me have 5. Let me have 5.
Let's just pretend that Alonso's not our player in it right now. Let's just pretend we ain't got the option of Alonso. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? To be fair, but who's a two in midfield for you guys? Like, who do you think will start?
It's funny. He's not actually the problem with our team, but
He's going to be
here we go.
Kanté and Kovacic.
Yeah, it's Conte Kova for me.
Yeah, we need
Kovacic.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me this dumb question, Rams? I don't care. Jota's better than he's at the moment. Yes. What do you want me to say?
he's better at the moment, before moment, future moments. He's better than.
Do you know what I mean? Sorry, who'd you say? Kovacic and Kante? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Jorginho and Kova.
I think Redneck wants Jennifer, didn't you?
Yes, I do.
I can't watch Hoiberg.
Jennifer and Kova.
Really? No Kante. Okay. Right. Who wants Kante Kovacic?
That last game.
It's going to be Kanté and Kovacic
for a while.
Kovacic and Jorginho for me, man.
Jorginho needs to rest.
Are people saying Kovacic, Jorginho, Redneck and Kai? Anyone else?
And me. I think it's going to be Kante and Kovacic.
So that's 3. And then who's saying Kovacic? Nick Blue, Couch.
Yeah.
I want Conte, but I just don't know.
I think Jorginho he's out of form now.
Kante's fitness and form kind of worries me, man. Come on.
What kind of world are we living in? I'm the one that actually defended Jennifer.
I know what's going on here, man.
Redneck,
I said I wanted 2, man.
Alex, I don't want to bring back bad memories, but you remember what Hoiberg did to Jennifer, right? Last game?
Yeah, he did despicable things to him. But
despicable things.
Yes, despicable things to him.
But is Mendy still through? He is, isn't he? He's not busy. How are they getting on Senegal? I think they're through, aren't they? To the next.
They won all their games.
Yeah, Mendy's on fire.
Matt just likes when Kepa plays because he gets recognized out in public more.
All right. So, who's your 2 players in front of Kovacic and Jorginho?
Oh God, here we go. Kai and Mount for me.
Forward time.
For me, it's Kai and Werner. Because the other ones are tired. They're tired. The other ones are tired apparently.
What? I'm talking about the 8s, Kai. Not the striker.
I think it's going to be Cho.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I
don't know. I think
these
it's
are
Mount.
These are the 8s. These are the 8s, right?
Yeah.
Those are not 8s, they're 10s, bro.
It's Havertz and Mount for me.
I think Mount and Cho have to be dropped after that performance the other day. They both have to be on the bench. It's going to be Werner, Havertz, and Lukaku.
I agree with Nick.
What are we doing here? Because now you're talking like we're playing the 3 up front. I'm doing 4. I'm doing a 4-2-2. I want the 2 behind the striker. Who's the 2 behind the striker?
Yeah,
it's
Werner.
I'm saying Kai and Mount.
Werner and Havertz, bro.
Werner Havertz, we're saying. I'm saying.
Who's the 2 up front then? Go on.
Werner Havertz.
Why is it so hard for people?
What is going on?
I feel like you boys are getting confused. We're not looking for the forwards. The 2 in front of the midfield, the 2 behind the strikers.
Okay. My bad.
Not the strikers.
So there's two holding midfielders, 2 8s, and 2 attackers.
Then I don't know.
Imagine a 4-2-2-2.
Yeah.
4-2-2-2. Well, I don't think Tuchel would do that.
That's what he's been doing.
Yeah, he's been doing that. I don't fucking know. I don't rate any of them, man.
Mason Mount and
all right, go Havertz and Mason Mount, I guess. I don't know. They're all trash, man. It doesn't matter.
I'll put Havertz and Pulisic instead.
I think it's gonna be Havertz and Lukaku up top. So
we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get into
the middle 2. I think it could be fucking anybody at this point.
What do you think?
Bro,
Mount is definitely gonna start.
HM is waffling, bro.
On the left on the left is gonna be either Pulisic or Cho.
So Mount on the right, Pulisic or Cho on the left is what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah.
I think we'll do Cho.
Who thinks Mount's going to start? I think Mount's going to start as well.
Yeah, Mount will start.
It's going to be Timo Werner and Lukaku.
Play Pulisic on the right, and then if you have to form a back 5, you use Pulisic in the wing back role.
Mount.
You're not going to play Mount there, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know my thoughts about Mount, man.
I know you're not picking Mount, but I just think he'll start. He always starts these games, doesn't he? I just think I
He
think
should
it's either.
start.
Yeah, I think it will either be Cho or Pulisic or even Ziyech. He loves Ziyech. I don't know why he loves Ziyech so much, but
Well, Ziyech was better than Cho last time.
that's true.
Yeah.
So,
Not allowed to
Joe
say
needs,
that, bro.
Joe needs the rest of the season off.
All right,
so
Yeah.
the thing for me is, wasn't Mount
Rest
playing
the
on the
decade off, man.
left with Alonso last time?
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was, and as much as we give Alonso crap against Spurs, he turns into Roberto Carlos. They had really good link up, so I think it's going to be Mount and Alonso on the left.
But yeah, well, fine. And then Ziyech on the right or Pulisic on the right?
I think Ziyech has to play because
Ziyech.
he wasn't that bad.
It's gonna be Pulisic.
He's so shit, man. All right, two at
Wasn't
front.
that bad?
It's gonna be Pulisic. Tuchel did not like that non-celebration scoring.
You think Pulisic will come in? Pulisic could come in actually with Mount.
Alex, he was tired, man. He was tired.
I know.
I was
but
tired from scoring a screamer, bro. He didn't want to celebrate.
you don't forget those things when you're coach. It was a statement. It wasn't non-celebration. It was a statement.
Yeah.
I think the way Tuchel handles it though is you're playing through it, don't you? I think that handles it better than not playing him.
He did that statement by playing him 2 games in a row of City, and that was the statement. But it didn't prove.
Is he going to play Lukaku in this game?
Yes, he will.
Play Havertz and Werner up front?
He will play Lukaku.
But he's played the last 2 games 90 minutes. Is he
Gotta earn that money, Jim.
Yeah, he got 2 days rest. He got
For me,
he got the pizza cravings down now. So
I think it'll be Lukaku Werner.
Yeah, he's gonna choose them based on like the most goals scored. Man.
Why does he not play Havertz though, man?
Havertz has to play this game.
Yeah,
I
but
think
saying
Havertz is the one that frustrated. Havertz is the one that started to get a problem in the locker room.
The thing is as well is I personally would start Havertz this game. I personally would do that, but
leave Lukaku on the bench.
Yeah,
No, I wouldn't.
Havertz has to start this
season,
game.
man.
I would play Lukaku Havertz, but I don't think he'll play Havertz. I don't know what's going on at the minute with Tuchel's brain, but every game that we're saying this is a dead easy Havertz game, he's on the bench. So for me, I just think consistency wise, he won't start.
We're basing this on what we think Tuchel's going to do. This ain't our actual preferred 11. I think Havertz would make it for most of us. I don't think Ziyech would be in the team as well.
I don't think Lukaku will be in the team for me either. If it was based on
yeah, that's true. Actually,
Bro, I don't think Mount would even be in the team bus, bro, if it was for me. But yeah,
Mount will be on Daniel's bus.
Yeah, it's going to be a change of system for me. Is what
without
TK
trousers
saying.
too.
No, HM. It's not.
Are we
He did
really
not.
saying no Havertz though? For real? Is that the move?
No, I want Havertz couch. I'm just saying what Tuchel's going to do, right? Like, what do we think Tuchel? Because he
I
doesn't.
mean, the
seem to be-
last time
I think
he played
Tuchel will-
the first game against the Spurs, he started with Havertz and Lukaku,
And
that
Havertz
was
scored.
Mm.
All right.
And then Havertz broke his finger.
And I think he will go for 3-3-3. 3-4-3, sorry.
All right, let's switch it then. You want to do 3-4-3 in case he does do that? I don't
Yeah,
think he's going to do it. But
I think that's what he mainly does to start off.
that means Sarr ain't playing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Where's Sarr playing? And Aspie's wing back. And it's like that again.
Sarah's playing.
I
Alonso versus Ziyech.
We're going to have Alonso Sarr as our left back, like our left side, basically. Sarr and Alonso.
If we play in the 3-4-3, that will be exactly the lineup.
This here. Do you think Mount, Havertz, and Lukaku will be the
yeah.
front three as well? Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be cool with that.
I don't think it will be that. Well, don't get me wrong. I think the line's
probably
right.
will be Timo Werner versus Havertz. Is something going on between Havertz and Tuchel lately?
Yeah, I don't know what it is as well.
And I think Havertz will start. He will start in this game.
I think you'll get Pulisic right back if they do this, and Aspie would be right centre back. I don't think Sarr would start. That's that. If we go this formation, that's what I think it will be.
No, Aspilicueta is starting because it's a derby. You need the experience on the field.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he starts. I'm saying Aspie starts, but I'm saying he's a centre back. I mean, he looked knackered on the wing on the right hand side last game, which I think hindered us and gave them opportunities to press. I think he would play right centre back. I think Rudiger would be left centre back. Silva in the middle, Pulisic on the right.
it will be more that Sarr will be dropped, and it will be Azpilicueta that plays in the right center back, and Rudiger back in his position if Pulisic starts. But I don't think.
What's the definition of insanity? Continuing to do the same thing, expecting the same result, like.
Yeah,
expecting different result.
What are the alternatives, though? That's the thing.
We don't have anyone better.
I don't. At this point, man, I can't watch Asby play for 50 minutes and then be dead.
Look.
I agree.
Like, his legs
I know that's
gone.
this is famous saying, but actually in football, you kind of need to be insane because you have to play with the same people.
Not only that. You know where you're saying, "Oh, Insanity's doing the same thing over and over again." We did beat Tottenham the last 2 times.
Yeah,
so.
no, I'm not concerned about like losing to Tottenham. I just like I can't watch the same shit product it's gonna be like 1-0 or 2-1 or 1-1. Like I can't do it, man. We have too many guys who are quality players who haven't played in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, and we're running the same shit out there. Like
guys, hear me out.
Go on, Catch.
Saul Niguez.
As a DM, maybe, yeah. Been good.
Like he played the first game as well.
Who with Kovacic?
I don't know.
Played very good in that first game.
So basically,
He was actually pretty decent.
I think Kovacic has to start this game. I mean, I know it was only 10 minutes.
In this game, it's mad.
Kovacic should start for sure.
Yeah, man. Kova's a demigod, bro.
I actually think Saul Niguez is more mobile than Jorginho. Actually, I think he'd actually work.
That's not a question. That's not a question.
I'm just talking about.
That might actually benefit in midfield.
Jim. Emma Hayes is more mobile than Jorginho, bro. Doesn't mean much.
Listen, when you look at Spurs, we played them twice already. We've beaten them twice. 3rd game. I mean, do you think Conte's going to change it up? Do you think he'll come in setting up differently, or do you think he'll play the same system in the same way?
Well, he's more limited than we are almost because he basically has an 11 that are worthy of like playing. I'll probably run that same 5-3-2 that he plays with that he's been playing recently with like 5 at the back and the 3 midfielders. Probably like Lo Celso, Winks, and Højbjerg. And then I'll have probably Bergwijn and Kane up top. Or he's a little more limited than we are with kind of we have a few players who can actually interchange, which we haven't been doing recently, but.
If there is any players that can actually work with Lukaku, I'm talking about actually create for him, make for him, get him involved in the game.
We're not playing in this club. We're playing for different teams.
Well, I'm saying, do you think I personally think Havertz and Mount have the best chemistry, like from what I've seen out of the forwards that play together. That's why
we all know that.
But we haven't really seen Werner, Havertz, and Lukaku for what I would like that. A game. I would like that. So
I would like that. That's one of my
favorites. Have we seen Lukaku with Pulisic on the left yet?
So the problem that we have is we have these great wingers where you're like, oh yeah, they're brilliant, they'll get the ball in, and then in the game we don't do any crosses.
And then they can't take a corner. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You have. I'd like to see Lukaku, Havertz, and Werner, and keep Mount on the bench for emergency.
You know what's mad? You know what? I just saw. Apparently, Pulisic is our highest fucking goal scorer in the last 3 years we've been here.
What?
Mad to me, bro.
What?
Yeah. He scored more than Mount.
Crazy.
Yeah. That just shows the standard.
You know what's mad?
How draft.
You know what's mad? Our best 3 players that play together are not playing with each other, and we have Black Eiffel Tower in front of us.
Damn, man.
What?
The argument would be though the best 3 players that we're saying work together are the same front 3 that we had last season where we weren't scoring enough goals. So they're not the solution. They're just the best option we have at the moment. So we need to work. You can't just be like, oh, well, they're the best 3. Let's play them because we know where that leads us in the season. We have to try these new things. And if it's not working, then when the transfer window comes, we need to go and look at it properly.
I'm sorry. I'm still kind of like in a daze. Did I hear what I just think I heard?
What?
Did you refer to Lukaku as a Black Eiffel Tower?
Brick Eiffel Tower. Brick Eiffel Tower. I wanted to say brick.
I could have sworn it sounded like black, but
yeah, I wanted to say brick, but I said black. But he's still, for me, Eiffel Tower.
Let's hope the tower does it on Sunday. I don't care about a brick or black or whatever. I just want him to score. And this game is not just a must-win game; it's a must-win game. Otherwise, Tottenham can go on a run and overtake us eventually. So it's a massive game.
Is anybody actually? I mean, this is probably the most confident game that we've gone into. That I feel like we're going to actually get a result out of like the last 3-4 matches that we've done. I was more worried about Brighton than I am about this match. Like, is there anybody that actually thinks we're going to struggle?
Matt, don't forget Tottenham are on a run in the league. They haven't lost for 7 games. Yeah,
no, I get that, but
so it's not going to be the cup game. They're going to go for it. Conte will have a plan because it's a massive game for Tottenham as well. So
I know, but I think Tuchel's got his number, and
I hope so. Yeah.
Hold on a second, guys. Looks. I really did not mean to say Black Eiffel Tower. I wanted to say Brick Eiffel Tower. My English is not the first language. Give me a break, please.
We didn't say that. We just say whatever.
I mean, I don't.
No, I've said it wrong. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be just passed on. I can't just say it and not.
My internet's just gone. I'm going to use my phone right now. The Wi-Fi is absolutely wiped out. Yeah, so I'm going to use my.
I think that's a fair comment, Regnet. Like, I mean, I personally didn't take it the wrong way, but
it doesn't matter if you take it or I didn't take it. I said it wrong. I should apologize, and it's it.
What's happened?
Cool.
I accidentally said it instead of Brick Eiffel Tower. I said
mistake,
Black Eiffel Tower, but I just made a mistake, so I have to take it back and apologize for it. That's all it is.
Oh, what? Where's Couch gone? Did he just leave? Anyway.
But yeah, we were talking about just what you missed, Gem, is we were talking about the game, and I said basically I'm more confident of us winning this game than I was against us getting a result v Brighton. I genuinely think we've got their number.
We're always more confident when we play Tottenham, but I think Sunday's got to be a different game. It's got to be Tottenham will give us a game this time. It won't be like the first game when we won 2-0. We should beat them. If we play to our strengths, we should beat them. We can beat anyone. But I think Tottenham are going to be up for this. Really, they won't just want revenge. They want us try and get to the top 4. And this is a game.
Well, yeah, I hear you. What's your thoughts on score predictions as well? Do you think this is something? I mean, we're not in any real great form, are we, at the moment in terms of winning games? We drew against Brighton, we lost against Man City. I think we've only won 2 games out of 8. I think it is. I'm saying silly. I mean, what's your thoughts? Do you think we can get this done still?
Go ahead, go again, man. Didn't hear you, Jim.
Yeah. I think
he said score predictions is he was asking for.
2-0 Chelsea. Spurs just too bad, man. All of you guys went to the depression. Come on, man.
No, I've just been speaking a lot, so I was trying to let somebody else have a moment.
2-0 Chelsea for me, man.
Yeah, I'm quite confident as well. I don't. The only thing I will say about Spurs and the way that we're playing is, I think we've got a mistake in us that will give them the opportunity to score, and Kane seems to have found a new lease of life. So I think it'll be 2-1. I think personally, I don't think it'll be a close game. I think we'll absolutely batter them across the midfield. I think we'll dominate possession. I think we'll dominate play. But knowing us, we'll go 1-0 up, we'll give away a stupid goal, and then maybe we'll get a second. Or we'll go 2-0 up and then do this thing that we always do, which is, right, let's play at the back and start panicking, and I think we'll give a goal away.
2-0 Chelsea. Did you hear what I said? Yeah, score predictions. I didn't hear what you were all saying because my internet's absolutely everywhere at the moment. It's annoying. But score predictions. Go on, Nick.
I'm going for 3-1. 3-1 to us. Because it's going to be a harder game, but I think if we play to our potential, we can still beat this Tottenham, and we need to win to get the season back on track. I'm going 3-1, but it will be a harder game than the cup.
Do you think it'll be harder than the last two games that we played? Do you think they will come and challenge us a bit more? Because they are in good form, aren't they?
That's what I'm saying, Jim. It's going to be a harder game, I think.
I hear you. Matty K, what are you saying?
Oh, you missed mine, mate. I already gave mine. I said I think it'll be 2-1. I think we'll dominate possession. I think we'll dominate play. I think we'll be all over them. I think our strikers will probably be a bit crap. We'll just keep getting it to the final third and then doing nothing with it. But I think we've got a mistake in us. So I think there'll be a goal given.
Matty K, mate, you jinxing us, mate.
I'm not, man. I'm giving this
on you, mate.
Nah, no pressure. Don't do me like that, man. Bro. Don't do me like that, man.
You jinxing this team, bro.
You got to give you honest. You got to give your honest opinion, ain't you? And don't get me wrong. If we had, I think Kepa's been brilliant for us recently, and I regret saying that. But Mendy's world class, and I think Kepa's been playing brilliantly as well. But I think there are limitations, and I think if you look at our defence recently, you're telling me that if Alonso's got to defend, you don't think he'll give away a silly free kick or a silly penalty or give away a stupid opportunity?
Yeah, I'm talking about your overconfidence, as in we're just gonna beat Spurs.
Oh, mate, no, I am confident. I think we're gonna batter Spurs. I think we're gonna batter them all over the park. I think they'll get a goal, and I'm stating this. I don't think they're going to score a good goal. I think we're going to do something stupid and gift them a goal. But that's it.
Yeah, you could have a point. Who's not playing? Son's not playing, is he?
No, Son. So it'll be Harry Kane, Bergwijn, and Moore up top, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, to get them involved in the game, I think they have to have possession, and I think we'll have most of it. I think we'll press high again, get in their faces. I don't think they're comfortable with the ball in the defence. We've seen it the last two times.
Is Romero back, Jem? Romero?
I don't know, actually. It's a good question. I don't think so. But I mean, Rodrigo, what's your thoughts on this game, mate?
I think the 2 days off probably helped. I didn't watch Tuchel's press conference, so I don't know. Sometimes I gauge his mood in a press conference to see how the overall team feels. But hopefully the 2 days off will be really helpful for the team, and hopefully they feel refreshed and in games on Sunday 4:30 we have good omen. I'm so superstitious. I look at the time we kick off and the day we play. So Sunday 4:30 seems to be a good time for us.
Fair enough, man.
It's a 12:30 kickoff that we've never won. We haven't won this season at 12:30.
It's always better than a 12:30 for us.
I hate that kickoff slot.
And Chelsea don't like it either. So we should win this. We should smash them.
Yeah, Dan boy, what you saying, my man?
3 times in a row, can we do it?
Well, I mean, are we in the form to
yes.
do it right now?
Yes, we can.
Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that we can. It's possible. I'm not confident, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's another element as well, Daniel.
Yeah, we don't need a draw. We need a fucking win. So people are talking like a winner or loss is the only option. I mean, Conte can just come and sit, park his bus and get a 0-0.
Yeah, that's good. That's good result for them.
Daniel, Daniel, they need to win as well. So they don't.
No, they don't.
Game. Yeah,
they probably don't need to win on if you look at it like that, right? But I think Conte's under pressure here. He's come to his former club. He's lost twice. He's not. Think of the Spurs fans at the moment. Down at 3 Point Lane, they're going to be crying their eyes out. Like he's going to want to come and prove a point. In my opinion, they're on a streak. It's their best opportunity to sort of regain some confidence or get some pride back in the club. Then I don't think they're going to sit for a draw.
No, they won't. And like I said, I'm still going 3-1. I'm very confident with us after the 2-day break they had. I think the players should be back on it now. And but I do think Tottenham will give us a game this time. You know, the first game 2-0 was so easy. We should have won 6-0, but it won't be like that at Sunday. But we always beat Tottenham. You know, so it's 35 years since they beat us at Chelsea.
Well, 35 years. We lost under Conte actually 3-1.
Yeah, but not at Chelsea, was it?
Yeah, it was at home.
We
that was
did.
the first win.
We lost one. Sorry, we lost one.
We did. Yeah,
35
that was
years.
the first win at home
For 35 years.
Yeah.
So let's hope he doesn't do it against us now.
Anyway, Declared, what you saying, my man?
What's going on, all?
Declare, you have been declared a true blue.
Yes, Declare. Tell me you're confident.
A big win.
Yes, Declare. That's what I want to see. Some big dick energy in here.
Hey, this is a perfect game for us to bounce back from this rut we're in. A big win against Tottenham would be great. We'll forget about all the stuff we're talking about. If Lukaku
Hallelujah!
Everyone will forget. All this stuff we've been talking for weeks, it will be all gone in a game like this. But if we lose...
If we lose,
if we lose, fire. There's going to be a fire bird, the second coming.
Yeah, if we lose, TikTok.
If we lose, I ain't coming back. Rodrigo's after me.
Yeah. We're going to
listen again. We can't even be thinking of losing this game. Not against those bloody bottlers. So we have to win. I'm only thinking of winning. It will be hard.
We're in the poorest form, and they're in good form, man. So,
Jem,
I think that's why it worries me now because
they're not in good form.
All right, they're not in good form. They're just recent form is pretty good.
Do you know what I want to know, Jem? What's your opinion? You ain't gave your thoughts yet. You're sitting here quietly taking it in.
So you do when you're the host, mate. You can't.
Yeah, right. Sitting on that fence.
No, to be fair, a lot of the times when I do these previews, I start off, don't I, and then I open it up, so you kind of know where I stand. But we've done it a little bit differently today. But for me personally, like I do again think it's personnel. I don't really care if we play a 3 at the back or a 4 back. I think you'll do the 4 because we've beaten them twice already in that. Why change it? You know, but I do think again, like it falls on the Man City game, it falls on the Brighton game. It's who he picks as personnel, and I haven't been critical of Tuchel. I think he's done a great job since he's been at Chelsea, but for the last 2 games, I point the finger at him as well for his decisions and who he's decided to pick. I think we have a good enough squad to beat Tottenham. It's just that I think he has to pick the right team to get it done, and I think Havertz needs to play, but I don't think he will. I think he'll play Werner. Lukaku, does he deserve to play? I think he'll play him because he'll try and play him into form. I don't get his fascination with Ziyech whatsoever. I don't get why he still keeps playing as well. All right, he scored the last game, but for me, not, he's not.
Jam, do you think the reason he's playing Ziyech is he worried that Ziyech could be a destructive character if he's not playing?
It's just the mental work
to give him. I don't know. That's my theory. Maybe
what was the team?
He said. He said. Sorry, Dan.
I was just asking, what was the team you guys chose?
I'll show you. Let me show you, man. So
just to clarify, Jem, he come out and said why he was playing Ziyech a lot, don't you?
Oh, what
he said it. He basically says the teams that he's been playing against recently, he feels like they can exploit on the high line because he's our only left-footed forward. What he's doing is he's playing players that he thinks can cut in and either get shots or assists away.
Isn't Havertz left-footed?
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, he is, but he's not a wide player, is he?
I don't still get it because for me, he doesn't do enough. And
don't get me wrong. I don't think it works in any way, shape, or form. But that's what he come out and said. He said he was players going to the back line.
We've done a 4 at the back, but this was the 3. So we just said if he does play a 3-4-3, this is what we think he'll do in the 3-4-3. If Kepa, Sarr, Silva, Rudiger, Aspie, and Alonso as your wing backs, Kovacic, Jorginho, Mount, maybe Havertz, probably be Werner, and Lukaku up front.
Hey, wouldn't Dembele be starting?
I think he does the 4. I think he does the 4 again.
If he's doing the 4 at the back, then we think Malang Sarr will play next to Rudiger with Silva, Aspie as the right back, and then we said that Mason Mount will play left with Kovacic, Jorginho in the middle, and then we either think
back here.
Well, we either think Ziyech or Pulisic may start off the right, and then up front we think Werner will play with Lukaku rather than Havertz. Basically,
you drop Mount and play a Doi.
Drop Mount.
Interesting.
Definitely drop Mount. What are you
Why
saying?
would you play Adoy? Have you seen his performances recently?
Have you seen Mount's performance? He's talking
Both
about.
of them have been on form.
I don't
I'd
care.
rather
I still rather have Mason Mount in the team.
Yeah,
than
we
Hudson
have
Odoi.
Mount.
Adoy's better with the ball at his feet than Mount is.
I don't think we set the standards in it. Jordan, I don't think we set the standards. By the way, this isn't the team that we said we want. This is the team that we think
This is
Tuchel's
Tuchel.
going
We
to
think
play.
Tuchel's going to do it. Yeah.
Just to clarify, because if it was me, there's no way that Ziyech would be playing, and I'd start Havertz. But just to
No way I'm
clarify,
playing Mount. I agree. I ain't playing Mount.
Who would you play?
I'll play Adoy in that position where Mount is, honestly.
Why? What has Hudson
Because
Odoi done?
Adoy is more of an
start?
attacker. He's more of an attack. He goes one-on-one with the ball. He's better.
And then what
And he
does he
can't
do
pass.
after?
I'm sorry.
He doesn't
take
do
it on
any of
anyone.
that. And then he
More
goes
assists.
backwards.
He has given more assists to Lukaku than Mount has. So I'm playing.
He hasn't. They both have one.
just to clarify as well, because there's another thing in here that he might not have known. Just to say, we don't think Sarr's going to start left back. We think it's going to be Alonso. We just didn't want to put his face on the picture. And if you're starting Alonso, there's a reason to have Mount in front of him, because their link-up play has been brilliant against Tottenham the last 2 times we've played them.
Yeah, and Alonso,
Sarr and Lucas is a
can
good
score a goal against Tottenham. Another thing. Yeah.
Bro, Mount has been poor all season, so I'm not playing Mount, honestly.
It sounds good, but Hudson Odoi has been poor all season. So, yeah, nah.
It's going to be one of these, isn't there? It's going to be personal preference here. Some people are not going to want Mount
I
to
wonder
start.
who played good up front for us consistently whole season.
To be fair, I think the person that we've had that's probably been the most consistent, even though they probably haven't been the best, is probably Havertz, and we're not playing him at all.
Why are we not
I
playing
think-
Havertz, bro? I don't get this thing. Like, what is
because-
the problem with Havertz?
What consistency has Havertz brought into the game? I'm
He's
What
got
are
to
you
play
saying?
Sunday.
He hasn't even been consistently in the squad for him to be consistent.
Yeah, I think okay, maybe consistency is the wrong word in a good performance. I think at least with Havertz, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a player that can hold up the ball when he tries to link up play. I think the problem that you have with every other forward is they haven't been consistent in their performance, where they're playing the same sort of way, game in, game out.
Especially against Brighton, they were shit. So Havertz has to start. 100%.
No, see, and this is the problem,
I don't
right?
care
There's
who he
no
takes
consistency
off.
in our
Havertz
starting
has to
11.
start. Yeah.
One team has a bad game, you say, okay, let's start a whole new starting 3. They have a bad game, let's start a whole new 3. It's just recycling players till
Yeah, but
you
you
find a
can't
player
take
that
never
has
had a
that
starting
bad game
11.
or has had a
a
bad
consistent
game
11.
after a long time.
Yeah.
We
Like
never
I
had a
heard
consistent
earlier,
11.
someone mentioned Werner, Lukaku, and Havertz. How the fuck would that work?
That doesn't work at all.
Movement, bro. That movement. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You want movement?
What
What's wrong with the
movement?
movement?
Like, who's
What's wrong
creating?
with the movement with that? What's wrong with that, though?
Who's
So
creating?
just
Played it.
hold on,
Germans
just
don't
to
play well
clarify.
That's a quick question. Who's creating in that team?
Yeah, hold on, just to answer that question. Just to
Creation's
clarify.
overrated.
Kovacic.
No, just to
Right, okay.
clarify, with them three up front, do I think they'll work in this current system? No. But do I think when Chilwell and Reece James are back pushing up the pitch so they can get more narrow, that would be I personally think that would be a very good front three. But the problem is at the minute we don't have the wing backs getting up to give them that freedom to cut in. So I think you've got to look at it subjectively.
You've got a
I mean,
point.
you could say that honestly. You could say that about a lot of our front threes if you have Reece James and Chilwell there.
Yeah, but
even
but
with
we
that
were
being said,
but we were top of the league with them there. So I think it's proven that it does work.
No, you're right, but it's not with that combination because we've never seen it.
Yeah, but the only reason
James and Chilwell,
even when they've been all fit, like when everybody's been fit, we've never seen that
I don't even
combination.
think we'll be top of the league with Ben Chilwell and Reece James due to the fact that our attackers don't score goals.
No, yeah, but so again, though, you got to look
regardless.
Yeah, but okay. Admittedly, there weren't no actual striker getting big numbers, but as a team, we were performing. We were battering opponents. We were top of the league, and we were winning games. And this is where I get confused when people are like, "Oh, nobody's really performing because you're not winning 3-4-0." You do it all round. I think when we've got and as far as somebody saying them three didn't do it when everybody was fit, I would beg to go back and ask, when have we had Lukaku, Werner, and Havertz fit with Chilwell and Reece James at the same time? Because I can't remember a time at all this season when that's been the case. I think there might have been one game.
I don't even think Super Tommy Tuchel will even play Lukaku, Werner, and Havertz together. I don't even think that's
Yes, he's played it once, and it was in the second half against Man City when we was losing 1-0 at home. He brought Havertz on.
Yeah, see, it doesn't
Switch
work.
it to a 3-4-3. Only
it's
reason I
not
remember that is because I was there.
Yeah, and when
But
he
it's not like it
came
doesn't
on,
work, it just
we
hasn't
looked
happened.
better when Havertz come on. I remember that game.
He scored, but it was offside.
Yeah, but he looked better. I think he will start. Like I keep saying, I just have a feeling he has to start because all the others, had a rubbish game on Tuesday. So
And Jorginho deserves to be dropped. I don't know if you guys.
yeah, I was saying
Kante
Kante should play in Kovacic.
or Saul. I'll probably play Saul and Kova together. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I don't not hear that. I think Sal's shown some good form in the last couple
he's
of
in
games.
great. He's been on the bench for how long? He needs to play. Get our money's worth.
The last time he played, he was a man of the match. So
I don't think Ziyech should play though. I think Ziyech is done, man.
Me neither.
I
don't think Mount should play neither. I don't. We can just.
We don't think any of our forwards should play by the sounds of it. We just
because they're all shit at the moment.
I don't mind Alonso at the top.
Mount and Pulisic.
I don't want him to run back.
Yeah, Pulisic.
No, not
I think
Pulisic.
Pulisic is good. It's good to go.
Mount, Pulisic, Werner, and Lukaku. Yeah, that's all right.
That's decent.
Pulisic is worse.
Why are we shoehorning Werner into the team again? I'm
lost. Shut up, Dan, man. What is wrong with you? Stop with your agenda, man.
Look at that. We've talked about every other player, Mount, Pulisic, whoever not being in the team. You mentioned Werner, and it's an agenda, isn't it?
Yeah, what?
No, I like Havertz to be up front, but I think Tuchel will play Werner. That's what I'm saying.
No, but we're talking about what we want, right? I don't like Werner.
If it's what we want, then Havertz up front. Yeah, you happy? Yeah. You're not crying no more. You right?
I wasn't crying. I was suggesting something different.
Where's Werner in the team? First thing he said.
Well, if we're doing what we want, if we're doing what we want, can I get Kennedy left back?
Is he in the squad? Because I'll definitely put Kennedy.
We'll do what we want. I'll put the youngster Hall.
Ken is even in. I don't even know if he's on it. Kennedy.
Get Kennedy left back. Put Malang Sarr at the top.
He's not even there, mate. He's not even on the FIFA squad. That's how crap he is.
Oh, Jem, I'm tired of your agenda, mate.
Here we go. I'll put this
in
Kennedy.
the 3-4-3, he would be solid. I like him in 3.
Canadian 66 centre back Kennedy. There we go. But that's just imagine it's our Kennedy.
Look at this Kennedy agenda.
I think he'll play him. I just don't think he'll start him. I think he'll come on in like games, to be honest. Like have a game here and there.
I don't think we'll play him at all. I think we'll just load him back out.
Listen, guys, we've got to do score predictions. I've got to shoot because I've got to head out. Redneck, score predictions for the game.
5-0 Lukaku. Jennifer penalty hat-trick.
There you go. He loves the Jennifer penalty hat-trick, but he doesn't want him to start. Nick Blue, what are you saying?
Like I said, I'm going 3-1. It sounds easy, but it won't be easy. It's 3-1, but a hard game.
3-1 hard game.
Lukaku to finally fucking score. Otherwise, I'm gonna go with Johnny.
I'll tell you now, Lukaku ain't scoring.
Dan, what are you saying, man?
0-0.
0-0. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I just don't think Conte is gonna accept another loss. Like he's gonna try his hardest not to lose this game. That's gonna be his entire focus, not losing.
I hear that. We're not in any real great form as well. Is there a potential we could draw this game? We are draw FC now, aren't we? We like to draw games. We don't win or lose.
We have one win in 7, so
that's what I'm saying. It's embarrassing, to be honest, but we need to turn it around quick, man, because we're literally in the top 4 race as it is. If we don't win this game, and with Tottenham with their 3 or 4 games in hands, we could be in trouble. You know that, really could.
Big trouble. We're gonna be in.
And Conte, in the way that he hunts and wins and gets performances like against Leicester, we could be in trouble with that 3rd position. So we've got to be careful. Rodrigo, what are you saying?
Yeah, I don't usually do score prediction, and
I know you don't.
Yeah, I know last time I didn't do it, we still didn't win, so maybe it's not even worth it. So I'll go for. Oh my god! Oh, I can't do it. We'll win. It'll be a narrow victory.
Rodrigo, you're the curse. If you do a score prediction and we win,
okay, I'll do score prediction.
Go on.
Yeah, there we go.
1-0. 1-0.
He struggled to say. He's like,
just take it and move on.
Which team, Rodrigo?
1-0. Matty K?
Which team?
Yeah, which team would we go?
Oh, please don't push me.
So
I don't know who to blame, Rodrigo, next stream.
Yeah.
Who's West Ham playing?
Man United.
Win 1-0.
Man United.
Okay, West Ham 1-0.
All right. See if Matty K, what are you saying?
Right. So I think the opposite to Nick Blue. So I think the scoreline will be close. I think 2-1. But I think we're at. I mean, I'm not like you lot. I think we're going to absolutely batter them. I think we're going to dominate possession. I think we'll own it all. I think the goal they'll score won't be a good goal. It will be probably a pass back that somebody intercepts, or Marcus Alonso will bring somebody down like an absolute pleb, and they'll get a penalty or some crap like that. But 2-1, we smash them.
Declared.
You know, I came here with so much energy, but I can't see that draw. But maybe I'll go.
Come on, man! You were hyped when you joined. Don't do this. Don't do this.
We don't want to hear the draw words, please.
Yeah, but Nick, I want to see you join Johnny at the same time.
Oh,
it's hard. Nah, you know what? I'm with Maddie. I think this is the pick me up that we need. I'm gonna go 3-0.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, boy.
What are you saying? What are you saying, Showtime?
1-0. Thiago Silva will score.
It's going for Thiago Silva. Ram is here to troll us. What are you saying, Ram?
It's gonna be a draw, man.
You know what, Ramsey?
Salah,
I don't care, Nick. I don't care.
You know what you hear?
I don't care about what you're gonna say. Yeah. What I'm saying.
FC.
Ram.
It's gonna be a draw. It's gonna be a
Ram,
draw.
can I say something? It's nice.
What?
I'm glad you paid your internet bill, mate. I'm glad you're back.
Look, I fixed it.
We are accepting applications to join Rams if you want to be a Chelsea fan.
I don't want to be a Chelsea fan. Thank you very much. But look, I told you I'll get the internet fixed, and it's fixed. The internet.
Yeah, you paid the bill, mate. I'm glad. You ain't got that McDonald's Wi-Fi anymore.
It's not the bill. The bill has been paid already. I've been up to date with my bills. It's just I need to fix something. That's all I have to do. But yes, I think it's going to be a draw because you guys somehow have a thing with draws. You like to draw a lot of games.
We don't like to draw them. We like to win, but we just can't win them.
Says a lot about Salah and Man FC, innit?
But now we've turned into Jota FC, man. We turned into Jota FC, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
Bro, you played a small club. You didn't turn into no.
We played a small club. Okay, fine.
Ram, you up for a challenge? Yeah. Obviously, we got you in the final of the cup, haven't we? I say we do that cinnamon challenge. Loser does it.
Yeah, we're going
to doing no cinnamon challenge.
You think your team ain't going to win? Are you worried?
No, I'm
putting it on the table right now. Cinnamon challenge.
Okay, I tried it once and it didn't end well for me. So
if you're not,
you got to go.
If you're not confident in your team, you're not confident in your team.
Look,
you heard it here first. Ram thinks they're going to lose. Fine.
No. Look, I'm all for your well-being and you guys being okay. I don't want you to do the cinnamon challenge. As a man who's experienced it, is not good.
Right, you backstep.
Go to your stadium and wear a Chelsea shirt and sit in the match the whole time.
I can't believe you're backing your team.
I'm backing my team, but I'm not doing the cinnamon challenge. I'm not doing the cinnamon challenge.
All right. Fine.
It's pain.
No, that's fine. Well, it's only pain if you lose, isn't it?
No, it's pain for you as well. I don't want to.
Well, I'm willing to take that pain. So I'm confident my team's going to win.
I don't want to be the reason why someone has a lot of pain in their life. So enough of that. No, thank you.
Well, you must enjoy pain. You're a Liverpool fan.
You don't got Salah, man.
Look, but I have at least. I'm not a sadist. Yeah, I have a heart, man. I can't. Look, I like to take the piss out of Jem, but I don't want to see him in pain. You know what I mean?
Listen, I asked for you guys, so at the end of the day, I wanted you to announce it. So you don't know pain for me, mate. The only pain I'm going to see is you crying like a baby when we lift that trophy.
I can't believe you bowled the challenge. I thought you'd be well game.
Anyway, guys, we've got a donation from JJ Bridge. Since Chua and Jones went down, this was 7 goals, 6 assists. That went down also since then. No assists or goals from Aspie or Alonso in 9 games. Say no more. Yeah.
So it is Marcus Alonso's fault.
Thank you very much. He is part of the reason.
Can I ask Rams a question, Joe? 1 minute about the game last night. Do you think it was really was it offside or not?
It was clearly they put the lines in. They put the lines in. To be fair, when I was watching the game, Nick, when I was watching the game with my dad, I was saying it's offside. He kept on saying
it looks offside.
My dad said
it was onside. It was onside.
It's onside. The lines were clear as day. He's onside.
But that's not the point.
it
We
wasn't
should have
clear offside.
we should have battered them 4 or
Ram,
5-0.
All right,
We
you
hit the
should
How
post
have
twice.
useless is Arsenal?
They should have
How
batted
useless
during
is
the
Arsenal,
first
Ram?
20 minutes.
What?
First 20 minutes
Rams.
was all
Yeah, go on.
They couldn't score.
Rams.
But after 20 minutes,
Yes, Rodrigo, go.
after
How
20
useless
minutes,
is Arsenal?
gotta finish.
I can't stand Arsenal. They are
I can't-
really, really
I
bad.
can't stand
This
Arsenal,
wasn't even Liverpool
United, or
strongest
Tottenham.
team. They struggled.
I mean, we played Kay Gordon, who's like, I think,
Yeah.
like a couple of months younger than Lewis Hall. A couple, I think. He's a couple of months younger than
Yeah,
Lewis
he missed
Hall.
the open goal, didn't he?
Guys, I've got to shoot because I've got to go out.
All
man.
right, all right.
Sorry.
Anyways, thanks, Jem. Thanks for having us.
Like what
guys,
Lukaku
great.
does all the time.
I'll be back on.
Rams, no one cares about your youngsters, man. Come on.
No one cares
That's what
about
I'm
you.
saying. I've got to go.
Who's
I ain't got
talking to
time
you,
to
Dad?
listen to
No one was
youngsters
talking to you.
anyway.
Can we have
Your
the
mom
Steve
does.
Gerrard song?
Mom cares about
Going to Wembley.
See you later again, mate. See you later, mate.
See you later, mate. Okay, I will be back for the review. I might actually be on the football terrace
Steve
for the watch along.
Gerrard.
1 second, Nibley, man. Might be on the I might be on the watch along for
Man, who's
terrace,
singing?
but we'll see.
We
how
are.
that
We'll be
goes.
singing
But
at
I'll be
Wembley.
back on Monday. Big up everyone. Smash the like button before you leave. Get this to 100 likes. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. We'll see you
Steve
again
Gerrard.
very soon.
Who's singing Marino?
Slim.